What's up, you guys? It's Zamara, and today I am excited to bring you another video. In the past 2 days, I had been away and just busy doing other things because it was my birthday. And I just, did the stuff that I just wanted to do. And yeah, but I am back with some content for you guys. And today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite things to talk about because it's about stuff that makes me just cringe that shouldn't, but in a different way. So I'll refer to these as my obsessive compulsions, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys out there can relate to me. So I'm just going to serve as your voice. So let's get started. First and foremost, if you were to look at my closet, which I'm not going to show you only because stuff is just all over the place, and I normally am not like this, but I just stopped caring about how my room looks like. But you would notice that the soles of my shoes never touch the top of other shoes. Like, I have multiple pairs, so there are more shoes than I have floor space, but that doesn't keep me from stacking them in a way that doesn't compromise how I feel about them, which is, I just can't stand the bottom touching the top. It's just like, I just think about it forever. And yeah, like yesterday I saw my mom stepping on my flip-flops. Like, I know it was an accident, but still, like, I can't get that thought off my mind. Another weird thing I do is that deodorant, if I go on one armpit up and down twice, the other armpit, I go up and down twice. I have seen people who go like one armpit like 7 times, and then on the other one, it's like 3 times. I just can't stand that. Like, unless you really know for a fact which armpit just exudes more sweat or perspires more, then okay, fine. I can sort of tolerate that. But most of us just don't, because we apply about the same level of work mostly equally to both arms. I don't know, at least that's just me. But yeah, ever since I noticed that, like, it's one of those things that made me cringe. Also, people who go to the gas station and they totally just don't wash their hands after using the pump. Like, I can't think of anybody who does what I do, which is I just wash my hands, and it's just a safety thing. Because I mean, sometimes those things leak and you don't even realize it, or your cap on the, like, where the gas tank is led to, sometimes when you're removing the nozzle, gasoline just drips there. So the least you can do is like just, go rinse your hands and just wash them, because gasoline is something very poisonous. I don't know, maybe that's just me thinking ahead or thinking obsessively, but it's just that has happened to me where my gasoline overflowed a bit and I saw everything that happened. So it's like, and it's also an instinct to just want to wash your hands after using something that's commonly used by all kinds of people, especially the folks who smoke. I can just imagine all the particles and other things that I don't even know are present in my little pump. So I don't know, I guess call me a germaphobe or just plain old obsessed, but I'm not comfortable with going back into my car. And as much time as I spend there, it's like I don't need to contaminate it in that way. Anyway, another thing I can't do is participate in Wacky Tacky Day the way people do normally. And Wacky Tacky, in case you don't know, in my school, we used to have like a week called Spirit Week. And on one of the days, normally we had something called wacky tacky, which meant you wore just tacky clothes. And yeah, I could dress up, not matching, looking like a clown, wearing socks of multiple colors, but I could not have my socks mismatch. Like, I cannot wear a sock that's, let's say, rainbow colors, and then the other ones have stripes and it's just pink. I can't do that. I have to have either the whole pair is rainbow, or I wear those striped pink ones, or whatever, but I just cannot. And same thing with shoes. I cannot be wearing sneakers and then another ones be running shoes. I've seen people do that. I just can't. And it's just not comfortable because since the sole is different, my feet feel different. The way they grip onto the floor. It's like, it's crazy. Another thing I cannot do is wear single strap dresses. I already cannot wear dresses without straps as it is, but those that only have one strap and then this is like plain, that makes me cringe. That's why you never hear about me talking about the Grammys or anything like that, because I know I will see a single strap dress and I cannot stand it. And a lot of times magazines post their stuff and it doesn't spare me from that sight either. But I remember wearing strapless dresses when I was a kid, and damn, I said, as soon as I have a say over what I am wearing, this is not happening to me again. And it hasn't happened since. Another thing that I cannot do is wear different shoelaces. Like one shoe has black laces, the other one has white laces. I can't do that. And my earrings also must match. I can't say that I have seen a woman or whoever wears earrings wearing different types, but I know that I have same type earrings of different colors. Even if I had a rainbow dress on, and that would be completely appropriate, I wouldn't be able to wear earrings that just don't match. Anyways, let's talk about the Kokiri gemstone for you Zelda players. You guys know how the Goron one is a ruby, and then the Zora one is like 3 spheres. Those two are okay because they are symmetrical. However, the Kokiri one is just one giant green sphere, and it has like its little decoration, but it's not symmetrical. That makes me uncomfortable. I look at it and I cannot think of a suggestion to make that gem a little better. But given that the other two are symmetrical, but that one isn't, secretly I've been cringing over that. But you know, I don't make a big deal about it. It's just a game. But since I have it as part of my wall decoration, I noticed it. And I said someday that's going to give me something to talk about. And here it is. So that asymmetrical gemstone, I nearly didn't draw it, but because it would look horrible to just have the ruby and the sapphire, I'm like, whatever, I'll have to do the emerald too. The US flag, it bothers me a bit because it's also asymmetrical. So basically any flag that you see that's not really symmetrical, even though the whole point of flags is to just symbolize a nation, when I noticed symmetry in some of the flags, that just translated to me at every single flag. So I'm cool with the French flag. I'm cool with like the Japanese flag, all of those. But some of them have like a little shield or a decoration of some sort and it's like not lined up. I should have skipped that in school, like geometry and the part of symmetry. I should have skipped that because for some reason I have become obsessed about things that I shouldn't, because they are works of art, and like I said, they are a country's symbol and their pride and representation and all that, and I should respect that no matter what. But the fact that flags with symmetry exist, I can't get that off my mind now. Hyundai, Subaru, Lexus logos, and even the Saturn one, I guess I can say, they also bother me. They're not symmetrical. You know, Toyota, it's little T that, like someone says, it looks like a damn sombrero. That one's cool. The Honda one is just a H. That one's cool. It's symmetrical. But anything else, Hyundai, it's kind of all right, because if you were to fold it horizontally, it wouldn't line up, but it would be equally parted, I guess. But like I said, the Toyota logo exists. I highly doubt I would have been able to comfortably sit on a vehicle that has a logo like in the steering wheel that I just cannot feel good about. Additionally, we also have the I forgot what I was gonna say, but anyway, you guys get my point. Honda and Toyotas are pretty much the only cars I would be able to just drive anyway. Not because of the logo part, but they're the ones that I just like. I'm not big on Fords. I'm not big on Chevys either. Don't ask me why. If they were the last two remaining automakers, then fine, I would choose one of those. But like any of the preceding makes that I mentioned, and I understand that Lexus is part of Toyota too. It's like the fancier version of Toyota, but I've never lusted over a Lexus. So just saying. Shaving. I have to run my blade up and down my legs equally. I don't know if you guys have this happen to you, but I'm one of those people who is incredibly hairy. So my legs hair grow in all kinds of directions, really. So I have to shave like in the direction that my hair grows, which would be downward. And then I have to shave upward, the opposite direction to where my legs hair grows. And then I actually have to go sideways. And also the opposite direction of the side. And it's simple. I just have an uneven distribution of follicles, I guess. My aunt and I had a conversation one time on my dad's side, and she said the same thing. The way I described it is the way she felt it. And really, I discovered that I had that going on because I always wondered why some parts of my legs felt sharp. So I decided to just experiment, and yeah. So needless to say, it takes me twice as long as the average person, I guess, to shave. But the cool thing is that over the years, I have learned of ways to keep myself from having to spend a lot of time. And nowadays, what I do is I try to keep my legs hair as trimmed as possible. And then if I have like a serious occasion where I need to be flawless, then that's when I dedicate and do my whole protocol. But as the week progresses, I like randomly trim some parts that look like they need attention and then just keep on going. Saves me a lot of time. And while we're on the note of hair, my eyebrows. I never look at my eyebrows when I look in the mirror for obvious reasons. And anybody who knows me knows that one of my favorite things to look at in other people are eyebrow ideas. Since I have the scar, it's like you know, I make it difficult on myself. But the only time I really pay attention to it is whenever I'm trimming like the bushy parts of it, which I have to do soon enough. But other than that, it's like when I look at pictures of myself, it's like I know I have eyebrows, but it's like I never even noticed them. Um, Another thing that bothers me are stray gray hairs. Like we're all getting old, but I guess I age at an accelerated rate because I've had gray hair since I was 13 and they've been showing up on the back of my head. And sometimes there is just a stranded one. I pluck the shit out of it. So as I get older, I guess my hair volume is going to significantly decrease and it's going to be my own doing. And yeah, it's just I can't stand it, you know? And you might suggest, well, dye your hair, but when a vast majority of it is dark, and I only have a few strands that are, making my hair looking perfect, then I try to pretend I don't have any gray hairs. And like I said, fortunately, they're mostly in the back, but I have discovered some that are like on my side. And ever since I discovered that one strand, I've been obsessing over it. So, wow, I had no idea just how much I came up with to discuss with you guys. I actually had to write this down. Normally, when I create a video, I think of the topic, I write about it, but as I film it, I'm not looking at anything. But this time, I had to really create a list, and I just ripped it off the binder because I'm like, I don't care. But back on track, both visors in my car are either up or down. And what I mean by that is, where the mirror is at right above your head. Sometimes the sun is in front of me, so I will pull that down. I cannot have the one on my side down exclusively. I have to pull down both of them. It just happens. I can't control it, even if I'm by myself, which is mostly all the time. I just bring both of them down because I can't stand having this one just clear. Like, keep it consistent. Also, wrinkly, twisted seat belts. I can't have that. If I notice it on someone else, I will take the liberty of fixing it for them. And then when they leave my car and I see that it's like all wrinkled and all that, I accommodate it. Because if I see it, I have to fix it. The best way for me to not obsess like this is for me to not notice things. And then people sometimes have their shirts like that. I'm that one person who like fixes it. So yeah. The GameCube has a Z button on its controller. And as a result, the GameCube controller bothers me. Because I'm like, why do you have a Z button, but why don't you have like a W button on the left side, So, Alright, you guys, I will bring this video to its conclusion right now. I still have a few more points to go, but I think I have rambled enough about it. So what I am going to do is I will establish my stopping point, and I will pick up on this topic super soon. But thus far, you guys, what do you agree with me, or what do you fall victim to yourself? Things like that. I want to hear about you. In my life, I have met people who have a certain degree of the obsession that I have, but ever since I left school, I really haven't seen that. My own mother says that she used to be similar to how I was, and then she said, well, I got older and got kids, and after that, some stuff I just do not obsess over anymore. Alright, you guys, like always, thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.